Hello motherfuckers, welcome back to my motherfucking channel. Today, we're going to be reviewing Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That was a mouthful, okay? So last week, we listened to Revolver by the Beatles. Things changed, okay? They changed. And it was unexpected, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it. But I'm glad it happened, okay? Because we are going to be finishing all the Beatles albums. This is my Beatles series. So welcome back. So before I start, please like and subscribe. It helps spread the video so more and more people can understand. I'm sorry, the Beatles are timeless. You know, I'm not even sorry about it anymore. The Beatles are timeless, okay? This music is fucking good. And it's just getting better, okay? So I can't wait to keep going. But let's go right now. The first song is called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Wait. Okay. 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 Oh. I'm gagging. Sit back and let the evening go. Okay. What the fuck? Perfect intro. Okay. I don't want nobody to take this like personal or anything, but I felt like I was in the circus, okay? Like when you go to a circus and they start off the circus like announcing and it's just real live and like magical kind of. That's what that was giving me. I want to know who Sgt. Pepper's is. Is this just a made up, character for this era for them? Oh, I loved it. I love that. That was a perfect intro to this album. It felt really live. It felt really, come in here, we're about to gag you. And I'm in here now and I'm gagged. Like, what the fuck? Different. It's already different from all the other albums, even Revolver. This is what I was begging for. I'm gagged. The instruments all sounded good. It was beautiful. That was a great starter, great intro to an album. I'm gagged. Let's keep going. The next song is called With a Little. Okay. Okay. I'm gagged. Oh. Take me. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. What? Where? What? Oh my God. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't mean to joyous myself over. I'm not overreacting. I know this is a reaction, but I'm trying not to overreact. It's a gag. They are gagging. It's genuine. I'm sorry. I'm like genuinely shook as fuck right now. So in the last album, Revolver, there was a song called I Want You in My Life or I Need You in My Life. And I thought it was a love song, okay? But in the comments, you guys gagged me. Keep it up. I like it. I need that feedback. I need that insight because I don't really know, So I Need You in My Life from Revolver, they were talking about weed or LSD or somebody called it dope. And it clicked. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of it like that, you know? So, with this, with a little help from my friends, could it be, you know, just to get by? You know, I need to smoke something. I feel them. I feel them right here. Like, I feel them. You know, they're young. They're experimenting. I fucking love it. We're getting great music out of it. Mind you, I just know. I'm like, always take myself back to the 60s. And I'm like, y'all were gagging. Well, I don't know if you guys were actually there in the 60s. Maybe you were. You guys were gagging, okay? And I would have been the same way gagged. This is music I was looking for. This is what I like. I'm gagged. But let's keep going. The next song is called Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. That's a beautiful name for a song. Let's go. Oh. Oh. What the? I'm... Oh my god. Oh my god. Shit. What in the fuck? Where am I? Oh my god. I can't keep saying this. I have to stop saying it. But like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, that's one of my it's right here, okay? The song itself was beautiful, okay? I love a visualizing song. For an example, they started off the song with picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. Someone calls you, you answer quite slowly. A girl with kaleidoscope eyes. What the fuck? I love lyricism like that, okay? And already, based off the 3 songs that I've already heard, the lyrics, the writing on this album, I'm gonna give it a 10. But we're gonna save that for the end of the video for my ranking or whatever. I'm completely blown away. I'm gagged. The drums, they just invited you. You know, you just feel invited to be a part of this song. You want to know this Lucy bitch, you know, with the beautiful kaleidoscope eyes that were just gagging the boys, okay? What? The vocals, too, sounded... I don't even have words for it anymore. I'm just flatlined, okay? Let's keep going. The next song is called Getting Better. Oh. Okay, a little better all the time. Oh my god, I love this right now. Whoa. Overall, it just felt good. I love songs like that. I just feel good. It has a simple message, and it's true. Okay. Somebody told me a few years ago, like 5 years ago or something like this, that things always just end up okay. You know, certain situations. You know, obviously not every single situation, but most of the time, everything ends up okay. You know, and that's how my outlook on life is. If I'm in a bad spot, it's okay. It's going to get better. And the Beatles have been saying this since the 60s. You know, I'm sure they're not the first one to say it, obviously. But this song is so iconic. First of all, I'm pretty sure this is one of the most covered songs of all time. It was the mid to early 2000s. There was a live action Cat in the Hat, and this song was played in that movie. And, well, it was a cover, but look, I didn't know that. I thought that was an original. So I'm gagged by that. It's very iconic and very global, obviously. A hit that stuck for decades, okay? But yeah, it was just a bop, okay? We love that. I love this fucking album. I love the feeling that I'm getting from this album. But let's keep going. The next song is called Fixing a Hole. I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in. The melody. Oh, it's eating. Oh, I'm gagging. Okay, I'm gagged. I just need to take a second. I'm like, I can't. Okay, because I feel like that song really could have went two ways, you know? The meaning of it, because this is the outside perspective. He's fixing a hole in his house, okay? Where the rain used to get in, and it keeps his mind from wandering, from, you know, doing things that he shouldn't be doing, you know? Or I was thinking of it as fixing a hole in your mind, you know? Like giving yourself therapy, you know, where the rain used to get in. I don't know why I made that connection, but maybe I'm completely wrong. This is why I like when you guys tell me about stuff like this, because I'm not confused by the song, just perplexed. Okay, I think. I'm gagged either way because the song as a whole just sounded really fucking good. It's really sticking with this album with the sound, and I'm gagged, okay? But let's keep going. The next song is called She's Leaving Home. Oh. Oh. The drama. I'm gagging right now. Drama. What?
I give up.
I just don't understand, you know. This song just really came out of nowhere for me personally. It sounds different from the rest of the album in a good way, I might add. I mean, obviously, you know, we get the song. A girl's leaving home where her parents loved her and, you know, they took care of her, money and anything money could buy. But she was missing something inside of her deep down. She'd known it for a long time, they said. And it was fun. Okay? You can't always just get fun out of nowhere. You have to really, you know, feel it. And she's leaving. She can't take it no more. She's just over it. But, you know, it's drama. Okay? Like, I felt like I was watching, like a sitcom or something, you know? But the sound of that song, okay? The layered vocals and everything about that, it was sickening. That's making it one of the best songs on this album. It really, because I was hype, okay? The first few songs, five, six songs, I was hype, okay? And then this just, like, brought me down and, like, is really making me, like, wake up and listen to this album even more. I'm gagging. I love layered vocals. And with them in particular, because their voices sound really, different. They all sound different, but they all sound very in tune. Okay, that's the word. Mesmerizing. It was very mesmerizing. But let's keep going. The next song is called Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. Oh. This melody is also really good. Oh my god. Okay. Ooh. I'm having such a good time. Okay. Oh. Oh God! What in the fuck? I'm okay. This is how I'm referring to the Beatles as a whole. I hate saying the Beatles. I feel like it just takes too long, so I'm just gonna say Mr. Beatles. Okay, is that okay? What? Mr. Beatles. You're gagging me. I can't. Okay, so at the beginning of this album, I said it was giving like I felt like I was the intro was giving me circus. Like the intro to a circus. But another word I could use for circus is gesture. Sound, like the sound of gesture. Whatever you think of gesture, I think of like a royal palace and like there's like music playing and like this is like, what year would this be? Like the 1600s? No, I don't know. When were gestures the thing? But that's what it's giving me. It's giving me very castle-ish, grand vibes, you know? I fucking love that. I'm gagged by that. Not perplexed. I understand it. Mr. Kite. Also, who is Mr. Shears? Or Shearer? Something. It's Mr. Something. Who is that? I didn't ask that question. I meant to. But Mr. Kite must be this trickster, this gesture, you know? Or like, because he does his little tricks. He wants to challenge the world. Love it. I love it. I'm in it. It feels like they opened a book and they wanted you to get in it, and I'm fucking in it, okay? Whew. This album is really throwing me for a loop. I'm like gagged. But let's keep going. The next song is called Within You, Without You. Stop. Stop. Oh. The vocals. Oh. My God. Stop. Gag. There's like people laughing in the backgrounds through a few of these songs, like at the end and at the beginning and stuff. Gag. What in the world? I haven't said this in a while, okay? And I usually say it because the Beatles usually have short songs, like sometimes minute songs, you know? This one was long. I always used to say the longest songs on the album usually are the worst or the best. And I'm never wrong, okay? That's the best song on this album. Not only that, this is one of the best songs I personally have ever heard. One of the best songs I've ever fucking heard. I repeated it, okay? This is like, okay, each and every week I change my decision. This is my favorite album, okay? So far, I don't have no complaints, okay? I know you guys are used to me complaining, but because I remember in the early days we would talk about the harmonica, not the fucking harmonicas, please. Don't even remind me. And then they started using them kind of good, but everything's different. Everything changed. Everything. what? I really think that's one of the best songs I've ever heard. Not only because the questions, the meaning of that song, the questions they were asking each other. I already said it before, and I'll say it again. I love songs that have you ask deep questions. They make you think. Okay, and that was one of those songs. But it was also like a story song. I loved it. I love that song so fucking much, and I'm not even gassing it, but I'm like gagged right now. Okay, but the sound of that song, that's one of the best produced songs I've ever taken part of, okay? I'm not even here anymore, okay? Those beautiful instruments, it was really visualizing. A song can be visualizing in two different ways. Like the lyrics, they like, okay, we're here doing this, laying down, having a good time. That's a visualizing way. But when the beat makes you visualize the song, that's when you know the song is good. To me personally, it was very hypnotizing. That's what it was giving. You can visualize just where this song is taking place. And where I see it taking place is a dark desert, but there's like a river, and you're like floating down the river, like walking down the river or whatever. There's no rivers and deserts, but that's just the vibe it was giving me. Like, I don't know. But the sounds, I'm pretty sure, were like Asian sounds. So there's also that aspect of it. It was giving me Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's just the music it was beautiful. That was beautiful. I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you or myself, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm gagged, okay? I haven't felt that way that way about a song in a long time. That's one of my favorite songs of all time now, okay? Let's keep going. The next song is called When I'm 64. Gagging. Those vocals. Gagging. Who? Yes! Okay, that was a fun song, okay? But I'm going to be real. That was my least favorite from this album, and I want to make this clear. It's not taking anything away from this album. Like, what in the world? I'm still gagged at the rest of these songs. I'm gagged. But this just sounded like it was giving me 20s, the 1920s vibes. You know, it was giving black and white, just, you know. But I just didn't personally vibe with the song. It's nothing against it. It sounded really bumpy, jumpy, you know, happy, go lucky. But I just wasn't from you. But let's keep going. The next song is called Lovely Rita. What, bitch? Shut up. Okay. Oh. She's about her money. She paid the bill. Gag. That intro, the vocals on that intro, I can't do that, you know. Maybe I could. Did I just eat, you guys? No. Like, those vocals were really fucking good, okay? Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not even gonna hate. The vocals were there, okay? We love situation songs like this, storytelling songs like this. I love that. I love it so much. But let's keep going. The next song is called Good Morning, Good Morning. If this song right here, Good Morning, Good Morning, it was a happy song, you know, it was a vibe, it felt good. But if this song was on one of the older albums, I would have looked past it. Like, just like, I can't get into it because the quality would have sounded not up to par with what this is. So it was good, you know. So far, what I'll say is I can listen to this album in full and not be disappointed. Let's keep going. The next song is called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Let's go. Oh. And just like that, we're back. I did. Oh, yes. I'm gagged. Yes, yes, yes. What? Okay, so I was like kind of right. I said it sounded like the beginning of a show, the beginning of a circus. And I was right. I'm gagged. I feel like that should have been the last song on the album, but there's still a song called A Day in the Life. Okay, maybe it'll all make sense when I listen to it. But that was really good. I really feel like it was like an intermission through this album. And speaking of intermissions, throughout all these songs, there's like a 10 to 30 second period where it's just beats and, you know, instruments. That is a standout thing to me on this album because it sounded so good. But that song alone right there was just its own intermission. It felt like an interlude into an album. It was like, but a perfect ender too. So I'm honestly can't wait to see what this last song has to offer. So let's go. The next song is called A Day in the Life. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Mm. Yikes. Where the fuck are we going? That was morbid, but they switched it really fast. Seconds flat. Okay. Oh. We're just like, what is going on? Oh, his vocals are nasty. Who is this? Bitch. Ooh. Ooh. What is he saying? He's saying something backwards. You guys pointed out to me that last week's Revolver album had a lot of backwards things in it, and that's what was like really giving it that trippy vibe. That was just backwards. What were they saying? I like this song. I like the perspective of this song, and it really fits the album very well. I have nothing bad to say about this song. To me, it was giving the perspective of each Beatles when they like wake up, they read the newspaper, they get their coffee, they're headed out, whatever. But I think there was, how many people were singing this song? There was 2. Or 3 maybe. I don't know. I like that the last vocals were my favorite. I love whoever that is. Those vocals just really give to me personally. It was cute. It was cute. And it was a good album ender. I will admit that. But I still think that the last song should have ended off the album. But it doesn't even matter because it really fit the bill 100%. Okay, now we're going to get into my final thoughts and my rating of this album and my top 5 from this album. Let's go. So I get my rating on these albums from these 5 categories: vocals, production, consistency, writing, and the album cover itself. First category is vocals. The vocals throughout this album, I'm easily going to give this a 10. They sounded so good, sounded different from all the other albums, sounded very solid, very beautiful, very mesmerizing, very psychedelic vocals. Like, they really changed up the vocals. This was a good ass 10 out of 10 vocally forward album. I loved it. The next category is production. The production on this album is, to me personally, 10 out of 10. Everything sounded so perfectly put together. This sounded and felt like an album, okay? There's a few things that go into it sounding like a full solid album, but the production was really stand out here and really felt, like I said, gesture. That's the word for this album, is like gesture, psychedelic vibes, and I was eating it up. I loved it so much. So the production on this album is easily a 10 out of 10. From the Chinese, Asian sounds to the bells to the drums, gag, okay? The next category is consistency. How well this album was placed and put together and how well it sounds. Like, can you listen to this album as a whole? I'm gonna give it a 9.5. The first half, or more than half of the album, it was a real slow kind of vibe. I mean, there were fast songs, but it sounded psychedelic. Great album overall, and you can listen to it all the way through and it'll still sound good, but that's just me. The next category is the writing. The writing on this album just blows me away. Like, the writing and the vocals go hand in hand. If there can be a good line, you know, somebody wrote out a good line, but they can't sing, and they sing it so it doesn't hit the same. The vocals and the writing went hand in fucking hand here. I loved that last verse on the album. Those vocals in particular really stand out to me on all the albums. I love them so much, and they were real predominant here. And they always give him the best parts to sing, like the writing parts to sing, you know? There were standout lyrics throughout this whole fucking album. From songs like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, isn't that what it's called? Yes. To songs like Gagged, With You, or Within You, Without You. Like, the lyrics on these songs in particular really fucking stood out to me, and it just goes. I love this album so much. So I'm gonna give the lyrics, the writing, a 10 out of 10. The last category is the album cover. Of course, I'm gagged. Okay, the colors alone were very beautiful, and not to mention that backlighting, or the background of this photo. The blue is just really pops for some reason. I love it. Who are all these people? Who are all these people? I want to know who all these people are and what they represent, and like, why are they here? A lot of different people, and dressed in a lot of different funny, funky, cute, gaggery outfits, I will say. But the colors are what really stands out here. It's just a really solid, the flowers there are beautiful, and it feels different. This feels different. This feels fun. It feels funky. I love it. So I'm going to give this album cover a 9.8 out of 10. So if you take the score for each category and divide it by 5, you get a 9.92 out of 10. Gag. That is a really, really solid score, and I can say that very, very confidently, okay? We are gagged by this album. Gagged, okay?
So it's come down to the editing part of this video, and I've realized that I did not say my final thoughts on this album, so I'm going to make this really quick. First of all, I want to say some of the Beatles' best songs so far, up until this point, are on this album. This album is miles better than the last, and not even comparing the ones before the last one, you know? So it's getting better, and it really shows here. This is one of the best albums of all time that I've ever heard personally. It's very theatrical. I wanted to say that throughout this video. It's very theatrical, and I love that. It's very drama vibes, you know. I love it.
So my top 5 from Sgt. Pepper's by the Beatles is With a little help from my friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, and Within You, Without You. That's my number one for sure. But of course, I want to know your guys' top 5 and how you feel about all my thoughts on this album. There's no bad top 5s. There's no bad thoughts about any album. So I just want you guys to let me know your thoughts. And if you have anything to add to what I said. This was so fucking fun. This album alone just really gagged me up. And it's just getting me more and more excited for the future and what other albums we are going to experience together. With that being said, next week, make sure you're here at Friday at 12 p.m. Okay? For the Magical Mystery Tour album. I am so excited. This really just got me going. The juices are pumping. I'm ready. But I guess that's it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And be back next week. Bye, motherfuckers.